Climate change isn't a distant threat. It's already shaping our lives. Rising temperatures, extreme weather, and polluted air are impacting millions today, especially in cities. But I believe there's hope. Reforestation, returning trees and greenery to our cities, is one of the best ways to combat climate change and its effects. It's simple, powerful, and achievable. The thing is, people respond most strongly to climate change when they feel its effects personally, when it's their heat wave, their neighborhood, and their family. That's what inspired me to create Verdantia, a way to show how urban planning and reforestation directly affects our lives while keeping it abstract enough to resonate with anyone, anywhere. Urban heat islands make neighborhoods dangerously hot. Pollution exacerbates respiratory diseases, and shrinking green spaces mean less mental and physical well-being. Reforestation isn't just planting trees, it's transforming cities into cooler, healthier, and happier places, and it's a solution that touches every person's life. Cities are ground zero for climate change. They cover only 3% of Earth's surface, but produce over 70% of its greenhouse gas emissions. When I watched the documentary film, Cities of the Future, I was struck by the way it empowered young people to envision sustainable cities. The idea of designing urban spaces that harmonize with nature, where renewable energy, green infrastructure, and vibrant communities coexist, was both captivating and inspiring. It showed that cities could evolve to work with nature rather than against it, offering a blueprint for a better future. That vision became the foundation of Verdantia, but I wanted to take it one step further, not just show people what a sustainable city might look like, but to give them the tools to actively create and experiment with these ideas. I wanted to make it personal, to let players see how decisions like planting trees or reducing pollution ripple throughout their city, while keeping it universal enough to inspire action in the real world. Verdantia is an interactive city-building game where players take on the role of city planner, tackling challenges like urban heat, pollution, as well as happiness by integrating green infrastructure and reforestation. Let's take a closer look at how players interact with Verdantia. When the game begins, players start by choosing a mission or by entering free play mode. They can view the city grid from an overhead perspective and use the touch interface to place buildings and add parks. As they build, the game responds dynamically as heat maps visualize temperature changes in real time, and fact pop-ups educate players about the effects of their decisions. Players can navigate to the city stats view to monitor metrics like urban heat index, happiness, pollution, energy consumption, and many more. Missions progress as players complete objectives, culminating in a summary of their city's performance. The game starts small, showing how adding a park can cool a single neighborhood. But as players progress, they see how these decisions affect the entire city, and even connect to global issues like carbon emission and climate resilience. Missions guide players through real-world challenges, like reducing urban heat islands or balancing a city's budget while prioritizing green spaces. Heat maps and proximity effects demonstrate how decisions ripple outward, visualizing complex systems in an accessible way. Fact pop-ups and dynamic feedback tie gameplay to real-world environmental science, making learning seamless and engaging. Cities of the Future asked, how do we unlock the potential of the next generation? Verdantia takes that question and puts it into players' hands. By showing how their choices impact urban sustainability, the game empowers players to think critically and creatively about the future of their own cities. Verdantia bridges the gap between the abstract and the personal, helping players see how their actions matter, not just in the game, but in real life. In a world where climate change can feel overwhelming, Verdantia shows that even a small step like planting trees can make a big difference. From integrating heat equation simulations to creating dynamic building interactions, Verdantia was designed to make complex systems accessible and engaging. This project taught me how to combine storytelling, game design, and environmental science into a cohesive experience. Balancing fun and education was a key challenge. How do you make heat diffusion and urban planning exciting? I found that visual feedback like heat maps and pop-up stats helped players connect their actions to outcomes. Reforestation is one of the simplest yet most powerful tools we have to combat climate change. It's a solution that connects the personal to the universal, cooling a neighborhood while helping the planet. Verdantia could be used in museums, classrooms, community workshops, or even as a tool for city planners to engage the public in sustainable design. With a collaborative multiplayer mode, it could also become a platform for group activities, fostering discussion about sustainability and urban design in both educational and professional settings. Verdantia is just the beginning. In its current form, the game challenges individual players to shape a sustainable city. But future iterations could take this to the next level with a collaborative multiplayer mode. Imagine multiple players working together to build a city, each contributing their ideas and strategies in real time. This mode would reflect the teamwork and compromise needed in real-world urban planning, where diverse voices and perspectives come together to create thriving communities. Just like Cities of the Future inspire students to design better cities, Verdantia invites players to experience the challenges and rewards of building a sustainable urban future. The ultimate goal is for Verdantia to inspire action, not just in the game, but in the real world. By showing players the tangible impacts of their choices, we can help them envision a future where cities are greener, healthier, and built through collective effort. Verdantia is more than a game. It's a reminder that our decisions, no matter how small, can ripple outward to create meaningful change. Together, we can build the cities of the future.